Okay, the first maneuver I want to talk about is the 90-degree snap turn. I think I first saw RJ Gritter do this maneuver at the ETOC. And in a 90-degree snap turn, the plane does a half snap roll while also turning 90 degrees in the direction of the snap. So if you were to snap to the left, you'd get a left turn. If you were to snap to the right, you'd get a right turn. The airplane exits the snap perpendicular to how it entered. So you get both a 90-degree turn and a half snap. To do this maneuver, you want to enter at a pretty low airspeed, maybe quarter or third throttle, just above landing speed, just above stall speed. And then you're going to give the normal snap commands, which is full up elevator, full aileron, and full rudder in the same direction as aileron, except you're going to be on high rates, as much throw as you can get on all surfaces. You might not need full aileron, but that's a little bit of experimentation you'll have to do. The plane will start to rotate, and as soon as it's at about knife edge, you want to start to let go of the rudder, and in fact start to push it a little bit in the opposite direction as it completes the rotation. And this will get the plane to start to track in the right direction, because you're going to have a little bit of forward energy still, even after the plane is flipped over. It's really all about timing and speed management, so it'll take a lot of practice, but once you get the timing down, it's pretty simple. There's a couple of common mistakes here, and one of them is entering too fast. If you enter with too much airspeed, you're going to have too much energy to make the turn, and you'll only get about a 45-degree turn. The other thing is, because you're on high rates, it's going to be difficult to control the pitch of the airplane just because you've got so much speed. Another common mistake is not following up with enough opposite rudder. If you don't follow up with enough opposite rudder, all the energy that you had in forward momentum is going to continue to carry the airplane forward, and you're not going to get a full 90-degree rotation. Taking the maneuver a little bit further, there's a couple of other cool things that you can do. You can do an outside snap turn, which is rudder in the opposite direction as aileron and down elevator. And this also looks really, really cool. You just kind of snap from inverted to upright and do that 90-degree direction change. The only thing you really want to watch out here is a lot of airplanes will tumble a lot better with down elevator and actually have a little bit more pitch authority with down elevator than up elevator, which might get the plane to rotate a little bit more than you're expecting. So be ready to bump a little bit of up elevator or get off the down elevator a little bit sooner in order to get the plane to come out in a nice stable heading. Now, if you take the normal 90-degree inside snap turn that I discussed earlier, and you basically flip the whole thing inverted, so you start inverted and you still give up elevator and rudder and aileron in the same direction, then you're going to get the flip out maneuver that I've seen Daniel Holman do, and I think I can credit him with inventing this. It's a really, really cool direction change. The plane just kind of enters inverted at medium low airspeed and just snaps out to upright. And really, really cool looking maneuver, a lot of fun to do. The last maneuver I want to talk about is the wall on knife edge. In this maneuver, basically you enter knife edge and give full elevator, usually down elevator, to do a really, really hard turn where the wings actually both stall and then the airplane continues perpendicular to how it entered. This is another really fun maneuver to do. You put a lot of stress on the airplane and really, really dramatic, a lot of fun. The control inputs are really simple. Just enter on knife edge and give full down elevator. But there are a couple of tricks here. One is you want to let go of your rudder pretty much as soon as you give full down elevator, and you want to have very little rudder in when you enter. Usually I like to pull the nose up just a hair so that as I'm entering I have almost no rudder in it. And the reason for this is the rudder flying in knife edge at these low air speeds really, really kills the airspeed and the energy of the airplane. The other reason is if you give full down elevator with a lot of rudder as well, the plane's going to roll out. You're going to get a bit of a snap roll. I mean, modern 3D planes are pretty hard to make snap roll unless you're really trying to, but having a little bit of rudder in like this, you're going to get a bit of a rollout, and you can see what that looks like here. As soon as the plane has rotated, give a little bit of throttle and either roll to level or inverted or start doing a rolling Harrier or whatever to fly out.
you're going to have so little airspeed, it's going to be difficult to fly out in knife edge unless you really give a lot of throttle and lose a little bit of altitude, just because you kill all your energy when you push down elevator here and just stall the airplane. If you've got an airplane like the MXS here that has a lot of pitch authority, you can actually do a full 180 turn instead of just the 90-degree turn. You can do the 90-degree turn with pretty much any 3D airplane, but if you've got a more happy airplane like the MXS or like some of the Edges from 3D Hobby Shop will do it, you can actually do this full 180 turn. And in this, speed and throttle management are even more critical than any of the other maneuvers. You want to enter pretty much as slow as you can go, so you will have to probably pull the nose up a little bit when you roll. And then when you give full down elevator, also give full throttle, and that puts as much air as possible over the elevators, and you get a nice rotation. With a little bit of practice, you can even get a 270 or a 360 as well. And that's a really cool direction change that a lot of people aren't expecting, and is very, very dramatic. Again, throttle management is the key here, and not every airplane is going to be able to do it. So that's pretty much it. A little bit of technique and a little bit of practice, just like anything, and you can get these maneuvers. I'd say they take a lot less time investment than learning something like rolling harriers or hovers or any of the more basic, well-known 3D maneuvers. But these are a lot of fun once you get them down and really add a lot to your flight.